do that for you real quick. All right, well, I'm so excited for you guys to be joining in. Obviously, someone cared about you and thought about you and thought that you would have an interest in learning a little bit more about what Plexus is, what Plexus does, and how it not only is helping so many people, but it's literally changing people's lives, including my life, and why I'm so passionate, and why you see so many people on social media, or you see so many people in your life, and why they are so passionate about it. So anyways, I just kind of want to introduce myself. Some of you I know, or some of you are my friends who I might have invited on this call, but I just want to introduce myself and tell you a little bit about my story with Plexus, why it means a lot to me, why I'm so passionate about it. My name's Kayla Sandlin, for those of you who I do not know quite yet, and so excited to get to know. And I am a Senior Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And for some of you, you might be like, I have no idea what that means. I didn't either. I thought it sounded important whenever I used to hear it. But I want to explain a little bit in my story as to what that means. But anyways, I kind of want to tell you my story with Plexus, how I started with Plexus, what I thought Plexus was, and what I found it to actually be. I personally heard about Plexus quite a while back, probably I would say about a year ago, and maybe some of you are in the same boat. I saw some friends posting about it on Facebook, and I thought, that kind of sounds interesting. But for me personally, I saw one of the products, and it was called Slim, and I thought, oh, okay, I get it. It's like a weight loss program, right? And that's kind of what I put in my head. And then I closed off to any other additional information anyone had to give me, because now I knew what these products were. And I thought it was great that people were getting on them. They were, I knew it was an all natural weight loss. So I thought that's good. If you're going to lose weight, let it be natural, let it be the right kind of way. Well, at that point in time, I hadn't had any children, and I was in my earlier 20s. And for me, I thought, you know what? I work out. I eat pretty well. I have my cheat meal here and there. We all do. I eat pretty well, so I don't really need to lose weight. So good for them. Great that they're losing weight. Great that some are even making money doing it. Wow, that's great. Good for them. I was happy for them. Had no problem with it. But again, I thought I knew what it was. I thought I knew this is a weight loss program. Well, I'm going to fast forward a little bit in my journey, and I just had my first child last year. I know I say I just had it, but it really seems like I just had him, and it's already been a year now. But I just had my first child last summer. And so I was very fortunate to have a great pregnancy, very healthy pregnancy. I wasn't sick. I had a great delivery, and I had all these expectations of what it was going to be like to be a first-time mommy. I knew I was probably going to have a lack of sleep. I knew my hormones were probably going to be a little crazy, but that was about the extent of it. I just thought, I'm going to be cuddling this sweet baby boy, and we're going to sleep together and cuddle together, and everything's just going to be, lilies and roses and flowers, and it's just going to be perfect, right? Well, for those of you who are moms out there, and obviously you've been a first-time mom before, it was a little bit of an eye-opener. I take that back, a big eye-opener. It's the hardest job I've ever done in my life, but the most rewarding job I've ever had. But some things happened after that I was not quite expecting. Some health issues with myself. I had developed a terrible breast infection, which I know can be common with new moms sometimes. I went through about a 2-week span, really a little bit more. It was actually 16 days to be exact, because I was counting, of straight agony and pain, awful pain. Doctor after doctor couldn't figure out what was wrong. They kept giving me medications after medications, And they were like, well, these should be working, Mom. And I'm like, they're not. So for 16 days, I was in the most pain of my life. Literally of my life. And for those of you who have been in pain in your life due to whatever the issue might have been, you know that pain can put a lot of stress on your body. And so with this infection that I had, we couldn't figure out how it could be treated. So it got worse and it got worse. Therefore, the connection between my son and I, it also got worse and it got worse. He wasn't able to feed. I wasn't able to feed him. We tried to do the pumping. I was still in so much pain, trying to just push through and push through. Well, I tell you all that to say that we did finally figure out what was wrong. And unfortunately, because of it, I did have to have emergency surgery. And they actually were able to get the infection out of my breast and out of my body to where I could heal. And therefore, then my son could be able to eat properly. But unfortunately, it wasn't from me. It was from formula, which is fine. It's just, again, not a part of my expectation that I thought as a new mommy. So I was told I was unable to nurse anymore, unable to breastfeed. And that was really hard for me. Remember all these expectations we have. Well, during that time frame, I told you a lot of stress came on my body, and we don't realize what stress does to our bodies. Also, what continual medications do to our bodies. And so for me and all of these things that I was going through in this time period, it really made me feel very disconnected from my son. I thought it was going to be just these little cuddles and hugs all the time. And I found that I didn't want to cuddle him, and I didn't want to hug him. And it was really hard. I even had to have my mom and my sister come over when my husband had to go back to work and help me get through the days. Not only because I was physically recovering, but really I was mentally trying to recover. So I didn't know what to do. I couldn't get myself back on track even after I physically was better. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor had put me on some medications to try and help. And I'll say they did help a little bit, but I still didn't feel like myself. The things that I was thinking, my thought process wasn't correct. It wasn't right. It wasn't rational. And I just couldn't quite get back on track. I just kind of felt like this shell. If any of you have ever been there before, I just kind of was going through the day-to-day life to just do life. I wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't enjoying this new journey that I was going to be on as a new mom and raising my little boy. Well, praise the Lord, I had someone who loved me enough to tell me about Plexus. I had a sister-in-law who had just recently started using Plexus and sharing about Plexus. And she said, Kayla, you know, I've really heard a lot about these products. And I thought, yeah, I've heard about Plexus, and I know I probably need to lose some baby weight. And I did, you guys. I gained 70 pounds during pregnancy. So remember I told you I had a full healthy pregnancy? I did. 70 pounds added to that pregnancy. But so I was like, yeah, I know I need to lose some weight. And she goes, no, it's not about weight loss. And I was like, well, that's what I thought Plexus was. She's like, no, it's about getting our health right. It's about getting our gut health correct so that the rest of our health can fall into place. It's about being preventative. It's about focusing on the importance of our health through vitamins and supplements and the things our bodies lack. So I thought, oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just weight loss. So she was so sweet to explain a little bit more, and that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Now, the flip side of that story, I wanted to let you know, of course, continuing on, thankfully, I am now completely medication-free of any medications that I was on. The list goes on about a whole bunch of different medications that I was taking. And the best way I can describe it is I'm me again. I am myself. I am who God created me to be. So now that I am healthy and feeling better than I ever have through natural products, through things that my body was just needing and lacking, I'm able to be the better mother. And the relationship now with my son is unexplainable. I would do anything for him. And I love staying home with him and having those cuddles and loving on him. It's the best job I've ever had. And it's priceless, something that I am so thankful to Plexus for helping bring that back into my life. I firmly believe that the Lord brings people and things into our lives at different times, and that was just that. Now, also, I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and so I ended a full-time teaching contract in the summer, and I had no idea what I was going to be doing and how we were going to supplement that, but the Lord knew. And in fact, I only went 1 month without a paycheck from my teaching salary. And after the very first month, I thought, you know what, let me just try and see if I can get my products paid for. Well, not only did I get my products paid for the very first month, but because Plexus, their compensation plan is so generous, I was actually able to cover my products times like 5. Within my first month. And then now, not even a year later, I am more than replacing a full-time income while I'm able to stay at home with my little boy and raise him just as I was wanting to do. And with that strong bond that I didn't have at the beginning and I didn't have for quite a while, but I do now. And it was through the help of Plexus, through the help of many friends that are in this journey with me who helped me succeed that goal. So that's a little bit about my story and what I went through and how the Lord used something like this to realize that I am important to be able to invest in my health. And you know what? I can do this. So whether you work a 9-to-5 job or you stay at home or anything, this business is something that I could fit into the nooks and crannies of my day and be able to have a more than enough full-time income to bring home. But at the same time, what's even more exciting than that is I'm getting to share and help other people while they see their lives change, just like I've seen mine. And so that's why someone has invited you on this call, is their life has been changed for the health, for the finances, whatever the case might be. We normally don't introduce ourselves and say, hey, my name is Kayla and I deal with this, or I don't know how I'm gonna pay for this, or this. But we tend to give a cookie cutter answer. How are you? I'm good. But really, we all have things in our lives. And having friends and having people there on a journey with you to help you succeed, that's exactly why someone invited you on this call tonight. So what I want to do tonight, I don't want to keep you guys real long, but I want to give you some information about why our bodies need vitamins and supplements, what we're lacking, why we need it. And then I'm also going to share what we have to help it. And then if you really want to try the products, but you're trying to figure out how am I going to, how do I want to be able to get them free. Well, hey, I don't know about you, but I love free. I love a good discount. Well, we have just that for you. So we're going to kind of get all of that in a jam-packed little session tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be sharing my screen with you. So give me 1 second, and hopefully you guys can see my screen here in just a second. Hold on real quick. Let's see. Nod your head or give me a thumbs up, Rebecca, if you guys can see this. Okay, perfect. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and go through a little bit of this to kind of get us going on our journey tonight. So if you've ever heard this phrase of someone who is passionate about Plexus, it's because it's so true. You just kind of wonder, what if this really could change everything? What if it could change everything? You never know unless you try. Obviously, you had a little bit of an interest. Someone invited you, and so you're like, okay, let me just jump on. Let's just see what this is all about. So what we're going to do is kind of talk a little bit. Before we start, I just kind of want to give a little disclaimer. You can kind of read through it. Of course, the stories that you guys are going to hear tonight, they're going to be from independent ambassadors of Plexus Worldwide. So, of course, our stories are going to vary. Everybody's body's different. Everybody's journey is different. So Plexus Worldwide is never going to be claiming to cure anything, that we can treat or prevent any type of disease. So I want you to, of course, know that. But I will tell you, I know so many people who have so many different health issues, and these products truly are helping them. It's helping the symptoms. It's helping their day-to-day. So it's amazing what people are seeing because of that. So I want you to think about what's your goal for tonight. Okay, you jumped on this call. What would you like to be able to learn more about? Were you interested in the weight loss part of it? Because although Plexus isn't a weight loss program, when our bodies are healthy and our gut is in check like it should, people do see weight loss because of it. So that might be something you're interested. Maybe you're interested in what I was telling you about with gut health. You've been hearing it on TV, been reading about how important it is in magazines. Maybe you have pain management that you're trying to help focus on. Maybe regulating your blood sugar or your cholesterol. Mental clarity and focus, or maybe you're looking for the financial opportunity as well. I know that was something that I needed. In order for me to stay at home, I had to bring in some kind of income. Never in a million years did I think that the Lord would use something called Plexus, but He has, and it's blessed me and so many people much more beyond my imagination. So one thing that we're going to talk about tonight, you can see it right here easily on your screen, is something that we all love, and I think that we can admit it, whether we like sugar because we have that sweet tooth, or if you're like me and maybe you don't have a sweet tooth, you're more of the salty one, and maybe the saltiness tends to come from carbs or, chips and breads and those kinds of things. Either way, unfortunately, sugar is not necessarily the best thing for our bodies. In fact, I'm going to tell you a couple things and ask a couple questions. Obviously, I know everybody's muted right now, but I want you to just kind of think in your head, how much sugar do you think is the recommended daily allowance? How much do you think is recommended? Okay, not how much we actually eat, but is recommended. Let me tell you, 24 to 36 grams. That means 6 to 9 teaspoons, okay? That's how much is recommended. Now, on the flip side of that, how much do you think the average American actually consumes? This is probably a lot bigger number. The average American consumes about 110 grams. You guys, this is daily. That's about 27 and a half teaspoons. Okay, so if you average that out, that's over 156 pounds per year. All right, 156 pounds, that's a full adult body weight of how much sugar we're taking in 1 year. Now, okay, so you're telling us this, Kayla. We understand that we eat a lot of sugar and we get that, all right? But why is this important? Well, let's talk about a sugar addiction, okay? And I'm a victim of this, you guys. What happens when we eat sugar? It's a cycle. You think about it. You eat something with sugar in it, okay? And like I said, it could be something sweet, could be more of the carb side, whatever your weakness is. And then when we eat that sugar, our blood sugar levels, they spike up, all right? Well, then when they spike up, because of that spiking up, then we're going to have a fall. And when our blood sugar levels fall rapidly, what happens again? We start to have cravings. We start to get hungry. And guess what we're going to crave? We crave sugar, all right? And you see how it's going to continue in this cycle over and over. But why is this important to know? What is sugar doing to our body? Well, here's just a list of some toxic effects that sugar has on our body. And remember, now you know how much the daily, how much the American is taking in on a daily amount, all right? And on a year, 156 pounds per year. So look at some of these things that you see here on this list. Things that you might particularly even have, or maybe you know someone close to you who has. Maybe someone with depression or anxiety. Maybe someone with asthma. Maybe you know people with constipation or stomach issues, headaches, migraine, weight gain, obesity. I mean, we see a lot of these things that we can probably relate to on this list, but we also probably know a lot of people who also can relate to. So these are some of the toxic effects that sugar is having on our bodies. So why in the world does my body crave this sugar then, okay? It's like, I get it. I know I'm not supposed to have so much of it, and I know what it's doing to my body, but why do I continue to crave it? Well, one thing could be low blood sugar levels. Because remember, when I told you have low blood sugar levels, you automatically are getting hungry and you crave, and then if you're continually eating sugar, you're going to crave sugar. So that's one way. But another way is also yeast overgrowth. And you might be like, what? What in the world is yeast overgrowth? So let's kind of talk a little bit about yeast overgrowth. Here's just a list of some common signs of yeast overgrowth. Maybe some of these stick out to you personally, or maybe you also know someone. Again, you see things like high anxiety, even sleeping problems, maybe even allergies, like, you know, the people deal with seasonal allergies or acne, eczema. You know, maybe you kind of have that brain fog all the time. You just don't feel like you can think straight. Again, you see stuff like bloating or IBS, depression. These are all things that either we might personally deal with, or we have to for sure know people who deal with this. And these are just common signs of what yeast overgrowth is in our body. So how do we know if we have it? Well, if we have some of these things on this list, then there's a good chance that we could possibly be suffering from some yeast overgrowth. Okay, well, what causes this yeast overgrowth? Why do I have it? Here's 4 main things that cause yeast overgrowth in our body. Sugar, we talked about that addiction to sugar that keeps going over and over. Antibiotics, although there are some times that we need antibiotics for our body, and I understand that. But sometimes what happens with antibiotics is we also need a probiotic to be balancing out. Otherwise, it takes away all of that bacteria, but we still need good bacteria in our body to fight against other diseases, other sicknesses coming our way. Maybe you've been on steroid medications for pain or anti-inflammatory. And then one thing that I think we all can agree that we've dealt with or we deal with is stress. I told you about what stress was doing to my body. And it does. It takes a toll on our body. So now what? All right, I understand, Kayla, you told me about what sugar is and what it does to our body, and we know it's in our food, so, I mean, we can't really avoid sugar completely, and plus, I mean, who doesn't like some nice little sweet here and there? But what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do if we have some of these issues? Well, there's 3 basic steps that we can do to get you back on the road to health. 1, we've got to reduce stress. I mean, that does take such a toll on our body. The second thing is we've got to get your gut in check. So you might say, well, I don't know if I have an unhealthy gut. Well, think back of the list that I showed you guys. If you have any of those problems at all, or if you've ever had sugar, if you've ever had antibiotics or been on stress, then you probably have some type of yeast overgrowth in your body and in your gut. And in our gut actually holds 70 to 80% of our immune system. So obviously, if 80% of our immune system is in our gut and our gut is unhealthy, therefore you have a lot higher risks of getting sick or getting things that come your way that you want to fight off. So after we get your gut in check, then we want to bring the nutrients back to your body. So that's kind of the main thing we really want to focus on. So what is Plexus Worldwide? How in the world, all right, are they going to be able to help us bring these nutrients back to our body, get our body in check, and help live without or less, at least, stress in our life? So I'm going to let you kind of read through the slide that you see on your screen, and I'll kind of explain a little bit more. But as Plexus Worldwide, we are a health and wellness company, okay? And so our goal is to help people get healthy. But here's the big difference from what Plexus does from so many other companies that you might hear out there. We focus on getting healthy from the inside out. You think about it, we talk about beauty is from the inside out all the time. And it's the same with our body. It really is true. To get healthy, it has to start from the inside, because Plexus products are going to focus on the root of the problem. And most Americans face 1 or 2 or even all 3 of these problems: blood sugar levels, gut health, and inflammation. And what I love about our products, again, that stand out from any that I have seen in the market is that they are the most natural plant-based products. All right, if you're taking products that have all of these things that are harmful to our body, all right, we say there's aspartame in it and say there's dyes and all of these things that are not natural, then you're continuing to put unhealthy things in your body. But if you're focusing on products that are natural and plant-based, that is what's going to be keeping your body healthy. So what else they have? They also have no GMOs, and they are completely gluten-free. So you guys, these products have helped so many people overcome a list of different health issues. And how it's done that is by regulating their blood sugar levels and their cholesterol and their lipid levels. So then what ends up happening is people are seeing weight loss because of getting healthy from the inside out. They're getting relief from pain. And then the list can go on about so many issues that people have been able to overcome or get help with because of Plexus. And what I love most of all is Plexus is focused on being trustworthy, being honest, being responsible, and being reliable. So that kind of encompasses what we do as Plexus. And so know that as ambassadors, which are people who are a part of the Plexus team, they are wanting to help you on your journey because they're on their own health journey and they want to help you succeed as well. So that's what I love about Plexus and why they focus on it. So I want to tell you a little bit more about the product. So I'm going to show this video so you guys can kind of get an idea of what our products are and maybe what might reach or kind of speak out to you, and maybe what could help you with maybe a specific health issue that you have, or someone that you know as well. So I'm going to play this short video so you guys can kind of get a better understanding.
Plexus Worldwide offers a select group of health products that offer effective and significant lifestyle improvements to our ambassadors and customers. Plexus Slim is a remarkably popular drink that addresses weight loss, and it's the banner product of the Plexus family. The pink drink has a delicious fruit flavor, and the single-serving packet of crystals mix easily with water. The highlight ingredients in this outstanding dietary supplement include Garcinia cambogia, alpha-lipoic acid, and green coffee bean extract in a unique combination that contributes to the results talked about by our ambassadors and customers. It also contains chromium, which is an essential mineral that appears to have a beneficial role in the maintenance of normal blood sugar levels and its effects on carbohydrate, protein, and lipid metabolism. Scientific evidence suggests that chromium has a role in helping with feelings of satiety. There is even implication that there is a role in cravings for fat specifically. This evidence, therefore, implies that such effects could reduce food intake, help people feel full longer, and be less concerned about eating. These effects would be beneficial in support of weight management. The before and after pictures of people who love Plexus Slim further demonstrate the effects of these ingredients. Joining Plexus Slim is Accelerator Plus, a daily capsule that joins forces with Slim, and when incorporated with lifestyle choices, such as a healthier diet and exercise, encourages a weight loss process. It contains ingredients known to help modulate the reduction of body fat and help you keep your food consumption targets. It takes advantage of the properties of hygenamine and hordenine to make the combination of Accelerator Plus and Slim effective to help encourage a reduction of weight while generally not causing overstimulation. When you want to add another dimension of energy to your weight loss journey, our other companion to Plexus Slim is Plexus Boost. Formulated to turn up the thermogenic thermostat and give you a whole new energy gear, Boost contains Caralluma fimbriata, which is an edible cactus that has been traditionally used by tribal East Indians for years to help with hunger and enhance endurance through increased energy. It has now been clinically tested as a means of helping with satiety, aiding in weight management while increasing energy. Plexus Boost also contains yerba mate, which provides stimulant effects that may assist with weight management. The hygenamine used in Plexus Boost is sourced from tangerine peel and lotus seed extract, and this compound helps increase energy as well. Plexus Boost is sure to live up to its name. In our society, sugar and carbohydrates are in most foods all around us. Plexus' solution to help you combat these temptations is block. It's the perfect answer by inhibiting the absorption of starches and sugars from converting to glucose in the body by up to 48%. The highlight ingredient in Plexus Block is In Situ Brown Seaweed Blend. Mega X delivers a complete collection of essential fatty acids that are all derived from sustainable plant sources, not from fish or sea life. Plexus Mega X delivers omega-3, 6, and 9, as well as the less common omega-5 and 7. Supplementation with omega-3 fatty acids has been shown in clinical studies to deliver improved lipid levels, maintain normal triglyceride levels, and better circulation in the brain, as well as supporting everyday stress management and relaxation. Plexus Mega X nutrients are primarily sourced from the ahi flower plant, easing digestion and not causing a fishy aftertaste. Plexus X Factor is a next-generation multivitamin. This complex of essential, naturally sourced vitamins is mixed with aloe vera in its ultimate blended form. When aloe and vitamins are together, the combination enhances the bioavailability of the vitamins. It's like a turbocharged vitamin. On top of all that, this multivitamin contains New Zealand blackcurrant, one of the most powerful antioxidants. Plexus X Factor comes in a veggie cap, and it's a new and better way to take vitamins. Plexus X Factor family chewables contain the same multivitamin complex and New Zealand blackcurrant antioxidants as Plexus X Factor. Antioxidants help inactivate free radicals and the reactions they create while providing support for a healthy life. These tasty tablets are fruit-flavored and with a very potent antioxidant compound. They are unique in providing this combination of nutrients in a chewable type vitamin. ProBio 5 is a clear signal that Plexus Worldwide is serious about addressing your health from a wide variety of directions. 70 to 80% of the body's immune system is in the gut. ProBio 5 provides 5 strains of probiotic bacteria and enzymes that help break down proteins in fibrous foods during digestion, contributing to a healthy intestinal system. ProBio 5 helps replenish internal flora to its proper balance, encouraging a state that is less likely to be susceptible to unhealthy bacteria. BioCleanse is a gentle but effective bowel cleanse for daily use. Good regularity seems to have an important role in weight management and overall quality of health. BioCleanse isn't harsh or irritating. Its oxygenating action helps its ingredients work comfortably and effectively. Plexus Ease capsules are nature's approach to discomfort due to an active lifestyle. The formula gives your body the tools to quiet everyday flare-ups and discomfort from overexertion or strenuous exercise. It contains eterol, which is the extract of New Zealand green lip mussel. This substance has a long history of promoting better health among the indigenous Maori tribes of New Zealand. And now you can enjoy the health provided by this natural ingredient. Plexus Ease Cream is a temporary soothing cream. When this topical cream is applied to the affected area, its proprietary blend of ingredients is soothing, easy to use, and non-greasy with a pleasant scent. Plexus Ease Cream is an ideal companion to Plexus Ease capsules, and you may experience temporary relief of discomfort due to an active lifestyle from this inside-outside approach. Fast Relief Nerve Health Support is a specially formulated combination of vitamins, minerals, herbs, and amino acids to help support healthy nerve cells and the nervous system. It may reduce symptoms from nerve discomfort that are not a result of underlying disease. Plexus 96 is a protein-based snack drink mix that is enhanced with vitamins and minerals. This is a fast and easy way to get a healthy snack, essential to reaching goals in a weight loss journey. Plexus 96 powder mixes easily with water or other beverages, and it comes in both delicious chocolate and vanilla flavors. Plexus Body Cream is a unique skin revitalizer that is filled with rich ingredients. Your skin will benefit from the aloe, sweet almond oil, grapeseed oil, evening primrose oil, lavender oil, and Moroccan rose oil. Plexus Body Cream also contains spirulina algae and activated charcoal, and it's ideal for use by both men and women. The Plexus Breast Check Kit is a patented and uniquely constructed material that allows home breast self-exams to be done with much greater effectiveness. It creates a sensory touch magnification that helps increase hand sensitivity to assist in finding abnormalities. Thank you for considering these excellent products from the Plexus Worldwide Collection. Live healthy, love life, be Plexus. Plexus World.
Oh, sorry. Okay, one thing I do want to add to the video that is one of our newest products. So it was not mentioned. It actually just came out this summer, and I'm so excited about is our product called the Edge. So that was one that was not mentioned that I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of info about. So what I love about Edge is actually helping people get the natural, sustainable energy that they need without having to put tons of coffee, caffeine, Cokes, energy drinks into their body. Because of course, we know what that all contains is a lot of sugar, and we know how that cycle works. So that is one new product that I'm so excited about. So those of you who might just struggle with day-to-day energy, or maybe you struggle to just focusing or kind of having mental clarity, the Edge is actually helping so many people with that and with sustainable and natural energy, which I love. So kind of replacing, hopefully, those people who are so addicted to having to have their Cokes all the time or having to have energy drinks or coffee. Instead, it's just maybe they have it because it was a, just a special treat, rather than I'm literally craving it and have to live off of it. So that's one that I wanted to kind of add in. Now, a couple common questions that I tend to get about products is it expensive? 2, will it work for me? Is it FDA approved, and is it safe? So I want to quickly just kind of go over those and kind of answer the questions for you. And then we're actually going to hear a really great testimony from a good friend of mine as she kind of shares what Plexus has done for her. So the first question is it expensive? Well, first of all, I always ask people, what are your vices? What are your priorities? Of course, you need to make your health a priority. So for a long time, that was my problem. I didn't make my health a priority. I needed to focus on preventative health was the main thing. And so focusing on preventative health was what was going to help me in the long run. So yeah, I had to set it as a priority first of all. If it's not important to you, then therefore, it's not going to be something that you therefore put your money or your time or anything forth. So that's one thing that you kind of have to focus on. Well, then how many of you spend money on medication? And I'm not just talking about over-the-counter medication. Maybe it is medication when you start adding pain medication that you get over the counter, or, medications for an upset stomach, medication for headaches, medication for allergies. I mean, when you kind of start adding all of that up, it's going to be rough. It's going to be a lot of money when you really start adding up how much that you're taking. And really those things that are not really helping, they might help the symptom, but they're not helping the root of the issue. How many of you have a gym membership and you pay monthly for it and you don't go? I know I used to, be guilty of that. I was spending so much money on this membership and I never went. What's the point in that? Obviously, it wasn't using my money wisely. Or how many of you, go to the store on the weekend or on Monday and you have really good intentions to eat well that week. You get vegetables and you get fruits, and then Monday after work comes and you're just like, oh, I just want something quick and easy. And so instead you just go to the freezer and you find something that you can just get that's already frozen, and make instead of that healthy salad you were going to get, or different things like that. So then what ends up happening? They spoil. And, we go with good intentions, and then before you know it, we're throwing out these fruits and vegetables because they've gone bad. So, you kind of have to realize where's your importance and what do you spend your money on that you could hopefully then use instead for your health or to invest in your health. What about, is it going to work for me, Kayla? Well, I tell people this. What's the worst case scenario? If it doesn't work, you get all your money back. What? You get all your money back if it doesn't work? Absolutely. What I love is that Plexus has a 60-day money back guarantee. So if you buy as a customer and try one product or you try 10 products, you can completely use the products for 60 days. And you can finish all of the products. And if you didn't see the results that you were looking for, they will give you 100% of your money back, and it is a guarantee. So it's a win-win. It has no risk at all for you to at least give it a try. What about, is it FDA approved? Well, let me ask you one question. Maybe just by like raising the hand, those of you who are on. But how many of you have ever taken a vitamin? Okay. Well, did you know that the FDA does not approve or disapprove any vitamin or supplement? So maybe some of you moms have taken a prenatal, or some of you have taken a daily vitamin. You know, we go to the grocery store, or we go to a health and supplement store, and we think that whatever we're going to grab off the shelf is healthy for us and it has been approved and it's ready to go. But in fact, no vitamin or no supplement is ever approved or disapproved. Now, does the FDA have to regulate things? Absolutely, of course. But they only approve prescription medicines and, for some reason, the junk food that is on the grocery store aisles. So all of us have probably taken a vitamin at some time in our life, and they are not FDA approved or disapproved. So in case anyone ever asks you that, well, I'm not doing Plexus because it's not FDA approved. Well, you can ask them, do you take a vitamin? And most of the time they're like, well, yeah. Is it approved? Well, I don't know. So that question comes up quite often. And then the last one to kind of go over some of the questions is it safe? Is it safe for me to do this? Well, let me tell you, Plexus products are safe and they're all natural. But if you ever have questions, always check with your physician. I know for me, I started taking the products and I wanted my physicians. In fact, I got 2 different opinions on the products, show them the ingredients just to let them know what I'm taking and how it's been making me feel and what I've been able to do because of it. And both of them said, oh my goodness, whatever you're doing, stay on it. And then the other said, oh my goodness, I've heard great things about Plexus. Whatever's working for you, they're safe. They're not going to interfere with anything that you're doing. So you can always take them to your physician and ask. So if you ever need a list of ingredients or anything, please. That's not something that we hide. We're very open about our ingredients. We want you to realize that they're all natural and they're safe. In fact, I have several people on my team even who are pregnant or nursing moms who are on these products. So they are safe and they're even approved by their doctors as well. So, but you'll just never know unless you try. So I want to share a little bit more with you. I have a sweet friend named Rebecca, and I asked her if she would share a little bit about her story and how she started with Plexus, but I do kind of want to say something a little small. I know maybe some of you who are on this call might be thinking, oh my goodness, I've always wanted to try Plexus, or I'm even kind of interested in telling other people about Plexus, but I'm just too quiet. There is no way I could be talking like you're talking right now. I will tell you that this sweet friend that you're about to hear from is probably one of the quietest people I've ever met in my life. But it just goes to show that the Lord can use anything and the Lord can use anyone. And He truly has changed her life. So I won't tell you anymore. I'll let you Rebecca, share a little bit about what Plexus has done for you. So if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, then I'll let you go ahead and share on your end.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hi. Thank you, Kayla, for asking me to share. Yes, it is a big, big step for me, like you said, but it has changed my life so much that I just want to share it. I had seen Kayla's post on Facebook, and I was actually interested. I thought, that sounds interesting. I started kind of reading testimonies and just reading about it, and thought, okay, I kind of would like to give this a try. I also was thinking about my son, Jonah, because he had really, really bad allergies and asthma. And I had seen stories about, success stories with that. But I looked into it and I thought, I cannot afford this. I can't do it. So I just kind of put it, out of my mind. But Kayla kept reaching out to me, and we would talk about it a little bit, and then finally got together and just really, talked about it. And I thought she was doing a 7-day challenge. And so I decided to join in on the 7-day challenge. And, I'll be honest, in the back of my head, I thought, I'm not going to feel anything in the 7 days. I thought, but, and then I thought, and after the 7 days, I can't afford it. So I don't really know why I'm doing this, but I did it. But I am so, so glad that I did. The second day, I can tell you, and it's different for everybody. Everybody feels and sees results, differently. But I started feeling the energy the second day, and kind of noticing I'd gone to a Mexican food restaurant, and usually, I just eat chips and all, waiting. And, after I had left, I thought, I only ate maybe 1 or 2 chips, and I was with my mom, and she, I told her, she said, yeah, I noticed that, and I thought, okay, and as the week went on, I was still, feeling the energy. And one thing else that I noticed that had no clue, didn't even expect it, but um, especially when I ate certain foods, I would get real bad heartburn. And one day, for both lunch and dinner, I had a meal that would ordinarily give me heartburn. And it was the next day I was kind of thinking about it, and I thought, hey, I didn't have to take any medicine for, heartburn. And so I, it got me thinking, and I thought, I really would like to continue this, but I don't know. And weight loss was a big thing for me. That is what, really was drawing me to it, is because I wanted to lose weight. And I thought, well, so I prayed. I just prayed. I said, God, if I am supposed to continue on with this, I pray you would just show me and just help me know, how to do it or what to do. So I really felt that I needed to sign up as an ambassador. And I thought, I can't do that. I don't talk to people. I am, quiet. I'm not going to, be a crazy lady posting on Facebook and, and I thought, but I really, really felt like that is what the Lord was directing me to do. So I got in contact with Kayla. I said, okay, girl, I'm going to sign up as an ambassador. I said, let's give it a go. And, I just was walking out on pure faith. And let me tell you, it has been the best decision of my life. I am, I'll tell you a little bit more of how the products had helped me, but business-wise, I am a silver ambassador, working towards gold. My products are paid for, and it's just from sharing, just from talking to people. I talked to my mom, and shared with her, and she thought, I might give it a try. So she decided to give it a try, and y'all, she has seen amazing results as well. She has had high lipid levels forever, and other things as well, but she just recently went to the doctor, and her lipid levels were lower than they have ever been in her life. And she is just feeling better. She's losing weight as well, and just really enjoying the products. My sister, she saw a change in me that first week that I was taking it. She would tell me, what's going on with you? You are different. You seem different. And so, I told her, I said, yes. I said, I do, and just continue to talk with her. And now she's on the products, and really enjoying the new product, the Edge. It has really helped her for energy. to just enjoy life. And and also my son, I have him on the products, Jonah. He is, those of you who know him, he's always, had a runny nose and, coughing and everything. And he is just doing so much better. He would go to youth camps and come back just so congested. And would have to use inhaler, from time to time. And, he came back not all congested. He has not had to use his inhaler in a very, very long time. So that is just such a blessing. I mean, he's just miserable, almost every day because he'd wake up having to blow his nose all day. And now, he doesn't have to deal with that, which is such a blessing to me. But other changes that I have seen in me, just for example, the energy, I just didn't feel like doing anything. I just, sit down, watch TV, and that's it, and I did not like that about myself. I wasn't happy. I was, overweight, but didn't feel like exercising, just didn't want to do anything. And, but since being on the products, I have lost pounds, I have lost inches, and it is just, it feels so good. But not only that, the energy, I'll tell y'all, I just work 3 days a week. So, if I didn't have to go to work, I would take the kids to school. I would come back home and crawl in bed and go back to sleep because I was like, I just want to sleep. It's my day off, I don't want to do anything. I would crawl back in bed, even on Saturdays if my son had to be at early baseball practice, go drop him off, come right back and just crawl right back into the bed. And but now I don't have to do that, which is so wonderful. I get up, the alarm, goes off, and I am truly ready, to get up and in a good mood, versus just, gripey and tired and having to get the kids all ready for school, But now, I'm ready to get up and in turn in a better mood, which makes mornings go by so much better. And everybody is so much happier. My kids have let me know that several times. Um, but um, but I just, I go through the day. I'm not, I would always, if I could take a nap, you bet I would take a nap, no doubt. And especially Saturdays and Sundays, I would find any kind of way I could, to get that nap in, but not anymore. And here recently, my kids were telling me, why don't you take naps anymore, Mom? And I thought, I hadn't really thought about it. But I told them, I said, well, that would be thanks to Plexus, and because, they knew, she loves her sleep, she loves her naps, and that's it. But now I am enjoying my kids. I am enjoying playing with them. Just this afternoon, I told Annabelle, let's go out and, play softball. Well, ordinarily after dinner, I'm done. I'm sitting on the couch and that, would be it. But, I was out there playing with her and just enjoying life with her. And that is such a blessing. All my kids are busy with their activities, and especially my oldest and Annabelle in sports. And, I would have my whole full day of sports and I would just be, dead, absolutely dead. Of course, I want to be there to support them, but not really, really in tune in their supporting because I was so exhausted. But now I can very happily, get up at 6 o'clock in the morning if they have to be out there, at 7 or whatever, and just, truly, truly enjoy and be the mom that I need to be for them. Because as we all know, they are not little very long. And so, so that has been a huge thing for me, just energized, ready, a pep in my step, as my sister keeps telling me, she's just, been amazed at the transformation. And, but, I'll use another recent example. We went to Six Flags a couple of weeks ago. Six Flags, not for me. I like the rides, but the crowd, the people, I don't want to be around people. I did not used to want to be around people. I couldn't, fit well in the seats, just being real and honest here, guys. But, I went and actually enjoyed. We went 2 days in a row and actually enjoyed it. It was just, I did not get all nervous around people. I wasn't like, oh, I couldn't do this. Even separated from my sister for a while, which was big time. Never would have done that. But so I just say that to say, guys, I mean, I am finally feel like the person that God has created me to be. I can enjoy life with my kids and my family and truly, truly enjoy it. Plexus is not a weight loss, program, but it is a great benefit. And yes, it has helped me because that is something that I need. But just the energy and just the self-confidence that I have. I mean, it, I sit back and think, wow, it just amazes me at the things that I have done, here recently and can actually be happy about it. Just going up someone, tell me, hey girl, you look good. Or, you just look happy, and that just means so much to me. And in turn, I just share, hey, this is what's been going on. This is what I'm doing. And, strangers, people on, my kids, sports teams, I would always just stay by myself away and just, be all to myself. But now, I'm sitting in with the people and just, so I'm being able to enjoy people. And that has been such a blessing for me, such a blessing. And, relationships have formed because of this. And so I don't feel alone. A lot of times I would feel alone, which was my own fault because, I wouldn't talk to nobody. I mean, literally. So this has opened up so many avenues and such a great journey. I just am so looking forward to, what's ahead. But anyways, that's really pretty much my story. But it is such a joy, you guys, and worth taking the chance to just try it out. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Rebecca. I just love hearing your story. I love hearing you just getting to talk and just share. You guys, this is what we are meaning by people's lives are changing. Not just that it's helped and not just that it's done this, but it's literally changed lives. And that's just one example of so many out there. So thank you, Rebecca, for just sharing your heart and just sharing what you love. So I appreciate that. I'm going to share my screen with you guys one more time as we kind of wrap up tonight. So thank you guys for just listening in and giving us your time. We just have a little bit longer, so just hold on tight. And if you were a guest on the call tonight and you're not currently working with someone who does Plexus or anything like that, if you would, in the chat feature, so you don't have to say anything out loud, or be scared of that, in the chat feature, which is at the bottom of either your phone or your tablet or your computer, if you'll just type in your name and then who invited you. So like I would say, my name's Kayla and so invited me. Because if you are a guest on our call tonight and you're not currently working with someone, and someone invited you on this call, we would like to just send you just like a thank you and a door prize just for joining in, just to kind of show our appreciation. So make sure that you get to hop on and just kind of chat real quick on that feature while I go ahead and share my screen with you real quick to kind of wrap up tonight. So let's see. Hopefully you guys can see my screen here. Are we good? Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Awesome. All right, so let's say you've heard about our products now, you've heard why we need them, you've heard some awesome stories. All right, so you're like, okay, fine, I love this whole Plexus thing, I love the idea, but now what? All right. Oh, somebody's drawing like crazy and you might not even know it on the screen. So the blue lines, don't be afraid. And if you did it, we won't harm you for it. I'm just kidding. But you'll just have to look at the blue line. Apparently people can write on the screen. Okay, so some common things that people think about Plexus. Oh my goodness, joining Plexus is expensive. If I were to join like Kayla talked about or like Rebecca talked about, it has to literally be something I'm gonna have to save up for a whole year. Well, in fact, it is $34.95 for a year. So it's kind of like a Sam's or a Costco membership. Basically, you pay $34.95 and you get to receive your products at wholesale cost for an entire year. So I love that it is not expensive at all, not even in the slightest. We spend $35 on things all the time, you guys. Well, maybe you're saying, I'm not a salesperson. All right. Well, you just heard Rebecca's story. She's not a salesperson either. And in fact, we don't want salespeople. So that's good. In fact, all you need to do is share. Think about this. Have you ever told someone about your favorite restaurant before? Have you ever told someone about a sale? Hey, Target's having a sale. You've got to go get these shoes. Well, you tell them because you want them to be able to enjoy as well. Oh my goodness, you have to try this restaurant. You need to get this appetizer. It was delicious. We do that all the time. So we share. We share about what these products are doing in people's lives and what they're doing in your own life. Well, then you might say, oh, you know what? I have tried network marketing before. All right, I've tried it before. Well, let me tell you, Plexus is different and it is in full momentum right now. We have the right products that are going to the root of the issue like we talked about. It's the right time and it's the right place, you guys. Obviously, you've joined in on this call for a reason. So it is the right time and the right place. I want to kind of give you a little bit, don't you guys love our little graffiti wall here with the blue? I'm going to give you a little bit of background. I'm not going to read through everything, but I told you that we're in full momentum. So I want you to kind of see the history and growth of how Plexus has come about. In 2008 is when they actually started and purchased, the executive team purchased the breast health company. So we actually started out just focusing on breast health for men and women. And it wasn't until 2009 until they launched Plexus Slim, which is known as our pink drink. Well, you see shortly after, we're almost reaching $1 million in annual revenue, then over $10 million the next year, then over $36 million the next year. Then in the next, we're at 2013, $160 million in annual revenue. Look at that time frame of how quickly Plexus is growing. You then go on to 2015. They're projected to be $1 billion company. And I'll let you know, in 2016 right now, we are getting very close to that $1 billion company. In fact, over 40% of products are purchased by customers. So I don't want you to think, oh, in order to do Plexus, I have to do the business. No, in fact, a lot of our products are customers who are happy with the products. But some people also want to be able to enjoy possibly getting their products paid for, so where they don't have to pay for them. And they might want to share with their mom, their sister, a cousin, or they might want to make an actual business opportunity out of it. And in fact, with our return rate that I told you about, we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. There's a 1% return rate. That's pretty good odds. That's obviously people happy with their products. And what I love is that Plexus Worldwide is a debt-free company. So we're going to talk a little bit about how generous their compensation plan is. It is one of a kind. I have never, ever seen a company with the compensation plan that Plexus has. It is network marketing done right. And the reason why, too, is that they don't have to go to pay off bills that they owe. It is a debt-free company. Therefore, they invest back in their team. So I'm going to kind of give you a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. I don't really know how to take away the blue marks on here. So I'm afraid I might mess it up or something. But anyways, so we'll just leave it. Just be added our little pizzazz for our own special call. But I'm going to play a short video, few minutes, and then so you guys can be able to kind of see a little bit about people's Plexus journey and what it's done for them.
We're putting the things in place for this company to go to the next stratosphere.
Plexus was originally just a breast health company.
I was looking for a great cause that was going to bring me some extra income.
It's been amazing, the journey that we've all been on.
People had lost hope, and when Plexus came into my life, hope reappeared. So many got to take a change of course in where their life was going.
These are the leaders we got started with in the Gulf Coast. And at the time, Plexus needed their leadership as much as they needed the opportunity. We were sitting around this table, and we all saw the big picture, and we said, what if?
That's what it's all about. Give the gift of Plexus to everyone you see.
Conceptualize it, dream.
We belong to the best industry in the entire world, and that is network marketing.
When we launched Plexus Slim in 2009, we didn't know what to expect. But 2 years later, we opened our first of 4 locations here in Biloxi, Mississippi.
From when our doors opened, we hit the ground running, and it hasn't stopped since.
This is the site of our first Plexus Opportunity of a Lifetime meeting.
This company's going to grow with or without you.
As one of the first employees, we used to wear many different hats. I did shipping, customer service, and commissions.
Our first office and warehouse were less than 2,100 square feet. We're expanding now to over 105,000 square feet, and that is awesome.
In May of this year, I actually quit my job. It feels nice to retire at 25.
My personal network was through Facebook. As a nurse, my network was the medical community.
My network was flight attendants and fellow pilots that I flew with.
My network comes from a small town of under 1,000 people. My network is crunchy moms all across the country.
Plexus came to me at a time when I didn't want it, and I didn't know that I needed it.
When we started, we had less than 10 employees on our staff. Today, we have close to 250, and their one goal is to serve you. After 27 years of teaching, I was making $2,600 a month. It was no-brainer to retire a year and a half early with Plexus.
Every day we hear hundreds of stories about how Plexus has touched people's lives.
I'm a manufacturing business with 14 employees and a high payroll. Yet Plexus outperforms my family business of 20 years.
Life before Plexus and life since is totally different. It has been everything and more than we ever thought it would be.
Because of Plexus, we have the best ambassadors in the world.
Because of Plexus, I have the freedom of time.
Well, because of Plexus, I was able to retire from my nursing job.
Because of Plexus, my husband's home more and we get to raise our 5 kids together.
Because of Plexus, I'm able to donate my time towards charitable causes.
Because of Plexus, at 24 and 25, we built our dream home. This is my home office.
I'm honored to be a Plexus pioneer with you all, because we are just scratching the surface.
We've come a long ways in a few short years, but we're not done yet. We're going to keep on growing. What if this could change everything for you?
One Plexus, one team.
All right, so hopefully you guys were able to see a little bit of that video through our colorful display. But anyways, I wanted to just quickly run a couple things by you. So I talked a little bit about compensation plan, and let me tell you, Plexus pays 11 different ways. That's not 11, you can choose this way, or this way. That's 11 in addition to. So their compensation plan is so generous. So I'll just kind of give you an idea right here. If you see on the top left of your screen, you're seeing an average monthly income depending on the rank. What I love about Plexus too is you earn your rank. It's not, you can't buy in, you can't pay in. Everyone has to work from the bottom up. And I know I've been doing this for almost a year, and I'm a Senior Ruby Ambassador. So you can kind of get an idea of what a monthly income is for a Senior Ruby Ambassador, and then also an annual income as well. I know Rebecca told you that she's a silver ambassador working for gold. And so for both of us, our initial idea was, you know, let's just do these products. We loved them. Let's just see if we can get them paid for. And then quickly we found out, wow, well, that part was easy. So let's continue on and see who else we can help. And then Plexus is so generous with their compensation plan. So it's truly been a blessing for so many of us. So I just want you to ask yourself this question. Have you ever thought, what if? Okay, what if this actually works for you? What if you could have good health? What if you could feel life again, like Rebecca talked about? What if you could gain the energy you are needing? What if you could actually sleep? Some of you guys, I know, if you were like me, I had such a hard time sleeping. Even with a newborn, when my little one was small, when I was first started these products, maybe I didn't get to sleep as much because of him, because he was up. But I will say, when I was able to go back to sleep, I would fall asleep so quickly and in a deep sleep and feel awake and energized when it was time for me to get up. So what if you guys, what if this worked for you? What if Plexus was the last thing that you had to try to either get healthy or try to help meet those financial needs? Maybe you've been trying to do odd jobs. Maybe you've been wanting to stay home. Maybe you're trying to supplement to help a little bit at home or take some of the pressure off of a spouse who's having to work so hard. Maybe you just wish that you had a little bit extra income to use for those vacations you want to go on. Whatever the case might be, whatever your story might be. What if Plexus was the last thing that you had to try? So I hope that you guys were able to be informed from this call. If you haven't already, make sure that you guys, I want to be able to send out a nice free prize to you. So make sure to send the chat feature below if you haven't already. Oh, no problem about the drawing. Anyways, but make sure that you guys type in the chat right at the bottom of your phone. So I know that there's quite a few people on here. So just say your name and who invited you, and so then we can at least get something sent to you, because we want to just as an appreciation say thank you for joining in. So I hope that this call has been helpful to you. I hope that you've learned something about Plexus, maybe a little bit more than you knew. And if you ever have any questions, please feel free to contact the person who invited you, or contact me, friend me on Facebook. I would love to tell you a little bit more. So anyways, other than that, I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for taking time out. And if for some reason we don't hear from you in the chat, all right, or you're nervous, it's okay. Hopefully the person who invited you will get to be able to kind of chat with you a little bit. So anyways, you guys have a great night. That's the end of our meeting. So I'll kind of stay here. So those of you who need to sign off, no problem. If you have questions, you're more than welcome to unmute yourself and ask away or ask in the chat. So, but otherwise, that will be the end of our meeting. So thank you guys so much again, and we'll hope to talk to you guys soon.